Whoa, hold up there, Buster. We didn't get to the story of how we made this yet. Hi, this is my first episode of The Concept of the LEGO Vtuber Minifigure. In this episode, we will introduce a harpy dragon, Trickywi. So, who is Trickywi, you may ask? Trickywi is an independent Egyptian harpy dragon VTuber. But before she became a VTuber, she was a Twitch cam streamer in 2017. Then, she debuted in 2021 in her pirate form. But I would like to focus on the mummy model she debuted in 2022. So let's get on with it, shall we? Tricky will be one of the first VTuber minifigures projects I have ever worked on. I was watching her streams around February or March before it began, and then an idea popped into my mind. What if I create a minifigure version of Tricky and the other VTubers, such as Shy Lily, Bao, Numi, Zen, and all the rest? At first I thought I could make a minifigure version of Tricky as an idea for merch, but I said to myself, nah, I just thought of doing it for content. On April 12, 2023, work on Tricky commenced. I grabbed the materials that I could find back then. First, I grabbed a random booklet to wipe off any paint. You'll need it if you paint more often to your minifigures. Next, I grabbed a Gorilla Glue. You'll need to glue parts on your minifigures, or some pieces that break off. Please ignore my foot, I apologize. No, stop! Anyway. Then I grabbed some Sculpey clay. This was not used as I realized that I needed better clay, which I'll talk about later, to form shapes and parts that I needed that represent a character. And I also grabbed pieces that I needed for Tricky. First, it was Patrick's torso with a bib, so I had to erase it. Sorry, Patrick. Anyway, I also grabbed his legs and erased it too, and a headpiece from a minifigure that I don't remember. Then I went online on Bricklink to order a pink Lego hair that fits Tricky. Found it and ordered it. Now we'll get to work. First, I started painting the torso for the brow bandage, as I like to call it, and painted the ooh smile on it. This is Booba, by the way. Yes, that is his name. The one ghost who lives in Tricky's clothes. She has 6 ghosts as her friends. Okay, now I can finally talk about the clay. I did apply the clay onto the hairpiece, but I realized that this type of clay needed to be in an oven. So I ditched the clay. And I left Tricky like this and went on vacation. And went through some events from then until June. During the hiatus from work, I consulted YouTube to find a solution for a love of clay that works well on LEGO. And I founded a channel called MFGF Customs, shout out to him. He explained that all I need was a clay called Procreate. It's a putty clay that's suitable for LEGO. Found it via Amazon and ordered it as well. Now we wait. June 19th, 2023. After a long hiatus, I finally got back to work on Tricky. And I got the clay that I needed. And I got all the tools and materials I needed in this photo. Once I apply the clay on the hairpiece, I'll place it on the base to let it cure. This would be the first time with custom minifigures with clay, as I have never done one before. First, I went for her cute floppy ears because she's just so cute with them. After that, I placed her on top of my PC, which used to be on my desk, next to Shy Lily, that I will cover sometime this year. But sadly, the rest of the clay that I used has cured as well, turning it to a solid rock. Or a brick. Alright, with that out of the way, I would like to redo her torso, so I had another minifigure from Lego City to help me replicate the curves. I thought of wanting to paint the tattoos on her face, and I attempted it multiple times, but managed it to the end. Then I placed the horns on her head with an extra hair on the other side of her face. I've also painted her legs to replicate the dragon legs, and I let them dry until I eventually painted them more later. Next up, I brought out an acrylic paint. I used it for priming before I used the real colors. Once I placed the acrylic paint, I let it dry, and this is what the progress looks like in this picture. And you get to see what Tricky looks like without her hair. And please excuse the low, crappy quality of the photo. After covering the hairpiece with symbiote, it was time to paint her hair, horns, and cute flappy ears with real colors. First up, I painted her hair to cover up the seams. Then I painted the horns and her cute flappy ears. I call them cute because she is. This is it. The final stretch. After almost a year of work on Tricky, it was time to finish. So let's work on her tail and wings, and fix the design of her torso. I wanted to go for her wings and tail. I did find a wing piece from a ghost minifigure of a 2016 Ghostbusters set, and I filed it in half. It took me a while, but I managed to get it. Then I thought of using a utility belt to attach the tail and wings. But soon I realized that the tail piece existed already. That matched Tricky right after I centered the belt piece down. So I ditched the belt and stuck with the tail piece. Next, I finally redesigned her torso to become more accurate compared to her model. I attempted to redesign it multiple times. Then I got the final result. Okay, fine. I added her second pair of horns. Otherwise, I could hear the comments saying,
"Oh, why are you supposed to add the horns?"
Yeah, shut the hell up, I already got it. Okay? Okay, sorry about that. We'll go through to the wings. I painted the wings dark purple and I painted the insides of the wings pink. Next would be the tail. Remember that I mentioned the tail earlier? Well, welcome back. I did order a rat's tail from Bricklink once again, and I waited it to arrive. Then I got the piece that I needed, and I can now continue to work on Tricky. As I received the tail piece, I almost immediately painted the same color as the wings. And then I added the clay at the tip of the tail, representing the feathers on the tip of her tail, and glued the wings on the tail piece. As I painted it, I let it dry on the base plate along with the other Vtubers, which I'll get to Zentrea later this year or the next year. I finally painted her legs further up to her voluptuous thighs, and cuff bracelets on the arm pieces. And just like that, she's finally done. She's finally done. After days and months of on and off work, this took me 10 months to work on this masterpiece. I also thought of working on Miss Nouvelle. Let me know in the comments and see what you think. And I hope that you enjoyed it. There will be more soon. Hopefully, I can upload as much as possible. Until then, stay tuned for more, and I'll see y'all on the flip side. This was Warrior, signing out. Peace.